My first nomination is Joe. He's very aggressive and intimidating, saying things like, you effing prick, you effer. I don't want to say those words because I don't use them in my vocabulary. What the fuck?
What's that?
I'm not here to stir shit, because I'm your friend. And the click is fucking here for longer. It pisses me off.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Don't, oh my god.
No,
Don't, they're so bitchy.
My story, my journey. And
I'm fucking crying again. Like, I'm thank God for you, Chanel, and fucking Hannah.
So Friday, eviction day starts off with Kayleigh, Chanel, Deborah talking about how nice Sukhvinder has been, or how nice she has been since the 3 VIP housemates, Marnie, Gemma, and Nicola, how nice Sukhvinder has been since they have been in the house. And, you know, they're just going on about how nice she's been, how nice Sukhvinder, or Imran has been. And so Rebecca goes around and she's asking everybody if they want a tea or coffee or water or whatever they drink. And they're like, yeah, I'll have a tea, 1 sugar, 2 sugars, no milk. Put a little bit of, you know, vodka up in my tea, please. Whatever. So Rebecca goes in the kitchen, and I guess she's about to make everybody's drink, and she's like, Sukhvinder and Imran are in there washing dishes, like working hard, like washing dishes and shit. And Rebecca's like, hey, can I just like make a quick cup of tea really quick? Like I need some of the dishes. And Sukhvinder's like, can you wait until we're done? Thank you. It was like the most cuntiest way to say like, no, bitch, don't you see that we're washing dishes in here? Can't you wait a fucking second? And then Imran and Suki, they go outside a little bit later. They go outside and they're smoking a cigarette and they're talking about evictions. They're like, I'm nervous. Sukhvinder's like, I'm nervous. I'm not prepared for this. I'm not ready. And then Imran is like, Sukhvinder, you're always ready. We're always going to be ready. You weren't ready to have a family. You weren't ready for a mortgage, but look at you now. You're always ready for anything that comes your way. I was like, oh my god. They're so fucking cute. I can't. I'm so sad they're gone. You know what I mean? I wish they would have showed this the day of eviction. I think people would have changed their minds. I think they would have been like higher up on the list to save. And then they were still talking, and then Imran, he kept using the word we. He kept saying, if we go tonight. Not if I go tonight, or not if you go tonight. He kept saying, if we go tonight. If we go tonight. So, you know, obviously we know what happens, that Sukhvinder walks out with Imran. But they had already known that day, earlier in the day, that if one of them goes, they're both going. They already had discussed this, and I'm pretty sure Big Brother knew too that if one of them goes, odds are both of them are gonna go. So Sukhvinder was like, yeah, it's me and you, man. And Imran was like, we're gonna ride it into the sunset. I was like, oh my god, y'all are too much. Y'all are too much. Y'all are too cute. So they got to the task of the day, and it was like trivia and what's her name? I can never remember the 3 VIP. Gemma Collins, Marnie, and Nicola were all each captains of 3 different teams. And it was trivia. They had to like run up. It was like an endurance trivia, Big Brother US wannabe kind of style. And they had to like run up and like do something with some balloons or whatever. So the first question Big Brother asked him was, which continent is Big Brother on? And Gemma was like, I don't even know what a continent. Gemma doesn't even know what the fuck a continent is. She's like, continent? What? Oh, what? What? And then Nicola went up, and she didn't know either. She was like, I have no fucking idea. Like, how? Y'all are dumb. Like, don't y'all have children? Like, what are you teaching your kids? You don't know what a fucking continent is? Like, you dumbass. And then Marnie goes up, and she's like, is it in Europe? Europe? So Marnie got it right. It was Europe. The next question was, how many problems does Jay-Z have? 99, obviously. And then they got to, who painted the Mona Lisa? And I don't think anyone knew the answer to this question, because nobody answered it. But Tom he was all getting pissy at Hannah, because Hannah, was it Hannah or Deborah? I think it was Hannah. Because Hannah, she kept running up before the question was asked, but like so was everyone else when it was their question. Like nobody was waiting behind the lines. Like nobody was following the fucking rules. Like, come on. It's a dumb bullshit challenge. Big Brother obviously doesn't care because Big Brother didn't say anything. So shut up, Tom. And he's like, I know who I'm putting up next. And Hannah was like, ooh, you're talking about nominations. You're not supposed to be doing that. So who painted the Mona Lisa? Nobody fucking knows. Isn't it Leonardo da Vinci? I think it is. I haven't looked it up. If that's right, then cool. But if it's wrong, whatever. Then they get to the next question, which is, who was the male lead in Titanic? And I think they were trying to fuck him up because the answer previous was Leonardo da Vinci. And this question was, or this answer was Leonardo DiCaprio. And the next question was, what did Katy Perry do that she liked? And Sukhvinder got it right, which is I Kissed a Girl. And then I heard Raph in the back go, I didn't know the answer to that. But Raph, you're like a genius. You're supposed to know everything. You speak 100 languages, and you study psychology, and you went to Yale and Harvard and Exeter, and you're supposed to know all this stuff, Raph. Come on, Raph. You're like Poindexter. And then Lowton pops a balloon over Kayleigh's head, and she freaks out, and she's like, oh my God, don't do that. And he's like, I thought you were going to wash your hair anyway. She's like, no, I never said I was going to wash my hair, you dumb book. I think Kayleigh's mixed, like black and white. And I'm just like, don't mess with no black girl's hair. Like, do not put water on a black girl's hair. I don't care if she's mixed. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. It's not, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So they get to the eviction. They kind of replay the eviction. Imran gets called. Suki walks with him. And, you know, it was just so sweet. Suki was like, I gotta go. She starts standing up and they're like, what? They called Imran, not you. She's like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I got to go. That's my man. That's my man. I gotta go. I was like, damn, they are, that like killed me. I started tearing up a little bit. And I've like never been emotional that way watching Big Brother. Like, I don't give a fuck about no showmances, none of that. But for some reason, Suki and Imran, it was like so real. It was like too real. You know what I mean? She was like, that's my man. I gotta go. You know, they've been married for 22 fucking years. 22 years. Hell yeah, she's gonna go with him. Of course. And he would have went right with her. So, I can't be mad at that. I cannot be mad at that. I wanted them to stay. I really like Sukhvinder a lot, but, you know, what are you gonna do? So then Hannah and Deborah, they make a pact to that if one of them goes, the other is gonna stay. But Hannah is like, I don't know if I can do that. Like, if you go, I'm going to go too. Or I have a feeling that, I don't know which one of them is going to go first. I was going to say I have a feeling that Deborah will go first, but I don't know. I really don't know with them. Ellie and Tom, they talk about nominations once again in the kitchen. And he's like, I know who I'm putting up next. Again, he says this shit again. And Ellie's like, who is it? And he's like, H. You might as well just say Hannah. You might as well say it at this point. Because A, you said it earlier. You weren't being subtle at all. Big Brother heard your shit. And now, you might as well say Hannah. Like, what other housemate's name starts with an H? Just say Hannah, you little fucking bitch. God, he's such a little bitch, isn't he? So then later, they're all outside smoking and whatever. And I can't remember exactly what the conversation was, but basically, it was like Kayleigh, I think, was ratting out Deborah for saying that. Because Deborah had said that Sukhvinder was being nice about, since the three VIP housemates were in the house, Sukhvinder had been being nice or something. And Kayleigh, I don't fucking know. Kayleigh was snitching on Deborah about that or some shit. And, you know, Raph was out there smoking a cigarette and, you know, eavesdropping and shit. You know what he does. And then he goes in the house and he's like, Deborah, I'm not trying to stir shit up, but I'm just telling you as a friend that they're out there talking about you, saying how you said that Suki and Imran were acting different since the three VIP housemates were here or whatever. But I'm not trying to start shit up. I'm just letting you know as a friend. Girl, bye. Oh, and then while this is all going on, Deborah starts crying about her kids, and Raph is like, he starts crying too, and he's like, I really love you, Deborah. I have so much love for you. And Raph, shut up Raph. Oh my God, shut up. Oh God. Then Chanel sings happy birthday to Raph. Oh, this is like the prequel to like the big ass fight. Chanel was talking to Ellie and she's like, I think you cling to people's hips too much and I think you are in the shadow of people. But she wasn't saying it in a bitchy way. She wasn't saying it in a mean way. She was saying it in a like one-on-one conversational way. Like trying to give her some advice. Because Ellie does cling to fucking Lowton too much. That's who she was talking about. I didn't think she was talking about Kayleigh, but anyway. So then they go to the kitchen and then Rebecca and Chanel and Ellie are still in the kitchen and they're still talking about, you know, this shadow thing. And Ellie's like, well, whose shadow do you think I'm in? And Chanel would not answer the question. Chanel just kept going, I would just like you to come out of your shell a little bit more. And then Ellie was like, okay, I get that, but whose shadow do you think I'm in? Chanel was like, you know, I would just love for you to come out of your shell. That's all I'm saying. Then Ellie's like, whose shadow am I in? Chanel was like, I just want you to come out of your shell. That's all. She would not answer the question. And then Kayleigh came and sat down at the table. And she's like, well, I think you're a little bit in Kayleigh's shadow, if I'm being honest, to Ellie. And Kayleigh's like, Kayleigh, she's kind of cool. She's like, me? What? Ellie's not in my shadow. You know, she's voice calm, still being cool. They're all being cool at this point. She's like, Ellie's not in my shadow. And then Chanel's like, I can't remember what Chanel said. But basically, shit starts popping off. Kayleigh, she kept interrupting Chanel. She's like, what do you mean? Like, can you explain yourself? And Chanel kept trying to, like, talk to Ellie. She was kind of trying to ignore Kayleigh. But Kayleigh kept going, you just said my name. You just said that she's in my shadow. What do you mean by that? She kept asking her, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? And then Chanel was like, would you fuck off? Like, she bucked. And she knocked over Kayleigh's drink. And Kayleigh hopped up and was like, oh, hell fucking no. Kayleigh went off, son. Kayleigh turned into Super Saiyan. She goes off. Kayleigh goes off. She's, you know, fuck this, fuck everyone. I'll smash your fucking face into Chanel. And Chanel, she gets up and she bucks too. And she's like, you're going to smash my face in? Well, come on then, bitch. They start going at each other like hardcore. They get separated. I think Lowton splits them up or someone splits them up. Big Brother's like, well, Chanel, please go to the bedroom or the diary room or somewhere. So she goes off to the bedroom, and then Big Brother's like, well, Kayleigh, please come to the diary room. And Kayleigh's still going on. Kayleigh is heated. She's on fire at this point. So she goes to the diary room with Rebecca, who is like the worst person to go to the diary room. Why did Rebecca made the whole thing, I feel like, worse. Rebecca probably instigated this whole shit in the diary room that we didn't see. Rebecca was not the right choice for Kayleigh to go. Rebecca's just sitting there like, yeah, get it all out, Kayleigh. Meanwhile, Kayleigh is just like screaming, I'm gonna fucking pick up a sharp object. I will fucking stab this bitch. Like, go. She is mad, son. Kayleigh is so fucking pissed. Which I don't blame her. Like, I probably would have reacted the same fucking way if I'm being quite honest. And eventually, you know, they have Kayleigh sleep in the spare bedroom, which is where they put all the bad people. If they're too angry or something, they put them there for the night so that they can chill out. That's where they put her. But later on that night, they call Chanel up to the diary room. They're like, Chanel, this is your second warning. You have, you know, you knocked off first. You hit Kieran in the head when you were trying to knock off his hat. That was your first warning. And now your second warning is you knocked over Kayleigh's drink and you kind of threatened her when you said that if she comes towards me, I'll kill her. So that was Chanel's diary room moment. Then they call Kayleigh into the diary room and they're like, Kayleigh, girl, you went too far. Basically, bitch, you said that you were going to stab her and you threatened her and all this stuff. So we have to remove you. We have no choice but to remove you from the house. And I was like, damn, that's harsh. I've never seen Big Brother where someone got straight kicked off the show before because of how threatening they were. I've never seen that before. I haven't seen every single season of Big Brother. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've seen every season and that I know every fucking castmate ever in the whole world of Big Brother UK. I haven't. I don't. And then I've never seen someone get kicked off before like that. I don't think. So I felt really bad for Kayleigh. I really fucking did. I really did. I don't think she should have went out like that. I think they should have let the public decide if she wants to vote her out, you know, on Friday or whatever, or on Thursday, this coming Thursday. They're doing evictions on Thursday this week, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I still love Chanel. I want Chanel to win. I still want Chanel to take the crown or whatever, but Chanel made just as equal threats to Kayleigh as Kayleigh did to Chanel, so why didn't Chanel have to go too? Or why couldn't Kayleigh have stayed or whatever? Or they should have went to Chanel and asked, do you feel threatened by Kayleigh? Like, are you in fear of your life if we keep her in the house? They should have let Chanel make the decision, you know what I mean? And I don't think Chanel would have had her leave. So, but anyway, she got kicked out. Kayleigh's gone. I feel bad, but you know what? I have mad respect for Kayleigh. I have mad fucking respect for Kayleigh because Kayleigh was not a bitch. She was not cowering in the corner and crying and all this shit. She went into the bedroom, to the spare bedroom, took it like a champ. She came back into the diary room, and they were like, you said, fuck this. Basically, they kept trying to point out that she kept saying fuck, which I'll get into in a minute, and I'll get into that in a minute. But, you know, they were like, you said, da-da-da, fuck this, da-da-da, I will fucking kill her, or I'll fucking stab you, I'll pick up a sharp object, and I'll slap you across the face, or whatever she said. They were repeating back what Kayleigh was saying, and Kayleigh was like, yeah. I said, yeah, that's what I said. She was not trying to deny it or apologize or nothing. She was like, that's what I fucking said, and I fucking meant it. And Big Brother was like, do you have anything else to say? She was like, no. The door to the left, peace. She walked out. She was not crying. She didn't try to deny it. I respect that. I really respect that about Kayleigh. She was not my favorite. I did not want her to win, but I respect that about Kayleigh. She is a woman of her word, and she's not going to back down from a fight from a bigger girl. Oop, shade. So I want to talk really quick before I get into Saturday. This double standard that, like, you know, I watch all of these episodes on YouTube. Someone puts them on YouTube, and I go to YouTube and I watch them. And I go down to the comments to see how everyone else reacts after I watch the episode. I don't do it before because I don't want to be spoiled about anything. So I'll go down and I read the comments, and it's just like overwhelming the hate that Kayleigh gets. And their excuse is always, she's got a filthy mouth. She's vile. She's got a filthy mouth. So who cares? I've said it before, that doesn't personally bother me. I have a filthy mouth too, so I think that's why that doesn't bother me. I swear all the fucking time. There's no issue to me. And it's like, if Kayleigh were a boy, you wouldn't make a comment about her vocabulary and about how her potty mouth and how she says fuck and cunt. But it's because she's a girl and she says cunt and fuck that y'all want her gone. I don't like that. I don't like that double standard. I don't like that at all. So Saturday, Raph's 23rd birthday. And, well, it's Raph's 23rd birthday. And then a little bit later, Big Brother gets everyone on the couch and they're like, Big Brother tells the housemates that Chanel or that Kayleigh will not be returning to the house. She has been kicked out. They didn't really say why, but I think they kind of put two and two together. It was because she threatened Chanel, even though Chanel threatened her too. And then, you know, they're all kind of like, damn, that sucks. And they all go to the kitchen and they're like, you know, if I'm being completely honest, I probably would have reacted the same way that Kayleigh reacted. Like, they all were saying that. So that's even more evidence that Kayleigh wasn't even necessarily in the wrong. I don't like that. I don't like how they dealt with that. I feel like they had something against Kayleigh. And I think actually what it was is that, like I said, Kayleigh probably wasn't going to fight Chanel that night. I think Kayleigh had actually calmed down by the time she was in the spare bedroom. But I think if another incident would have happened with her and another girl, or her and another person in general, Kayleigh probably would have beat that person's ass. Kayleigh seems like the type of person that will for real fight you. She's not just all mouth. She will actually fucking step to you and probably beat your ass. And I think Big Brother knows that, and they're probably like, she's got to go. Chanel, or Kayleigh has got to go because Kayleigh will fuck around and like actually beat someone's ass in this house. So she's got to go. And they probably didn't feel that way from Chanel because, you know, I mean, I don't know. Chanel might scrap too. The way she was coming back at Kayleigh, she might scrap. I don't know, but I think they're scared of Chanel. So I think that's why she left, because they're scared of her. Anyway, Raph gets called into the diary room and they're like, so we heard that you can speak like 4 or 5 languages. Can you sing happy birthday in all of these languages? So he sings happy birthday in like French, English, German, and Japanese, I think. And maybe another one. 4 or 5, whatever. So that was cool. I mean, that was cool, I guess. Then they ask him about Big Brother trivia. They ask him about questions because he's this huge super fan of Big Brother. And they ask him like, who did this in 2014 and who won in this year and who was in a love triangle this year or whatever. And he gets them all right. And then the third task they want him to do in the diary room is to put pie all over his face, that was weird. I was like, I would have asked if someone could do it to me, if someone could like throw the pie at me, and I don't want to do it to myself. That's whack. Can someone do it for me? You know what I mean? And I'm surprised because usually when it's someone's birthday in the house and they decide to throw them a party, what they'll make them do is they'll be like, okay, Raph, for example, okay, Raph, tonight we're going to throw you a party. However, there's only room for 10 housemates. You must pick the 10 housemates you want to come to your party, and the other 2 have to stay outside and then watch from the windows or something. That's usually what they do when it's someone's birthday, but they didn't do that this time. You know, can't have Raph making enemies in the house. How else is he gonna win the fucking show? I noticed at his party that everyone was wearing army green t-shirts for some reason. I don't know what that was about. Was there a dress code? Then later on that night, they have everyone gather on the Big Brother has everyone gather on the couch so that they can discuss Tom and Ellie breaking the rules yesterday about nominations. How, you know, you can't talk about nominations, but Tom and Ellie did. So I thought this was also weird. Usually, if even one person is talking about nominations, the whole house will fucking punish, right? So that they can all be pissed at the person talking. But this time, they only made Tom and Ellie go to jail. They only had them have a punishment. In previous years, it's been like, if one person talks about nomination, then the whole house loses water, or the whole house has to eat slop for like a day or 2, or like the whole house suffers. But this time they were like, just you 2. That's whack. That's whack. And they were only in jail for 2 hours. What kind of shit is that? They were in jail from 9:10 to like 11 o'clock. 9:10 p.m. to 11 o'clock. That's bullshit. Come on. Then Lowton says he has never had a quickie before. Okay, cool. Does Lowton have one shirt? I think Lowton has one shirt, and I can't even call it a shirt because it's not even a shirt. It's that tank top that he wears. He literally wears either that tank top or not a top at all. He wore that shirt on eviction night. Like that, I'm pretty sure that's his only fucking shirt that he has. Raph is in the bedroom again with, I think, Deborah. Again, they're in the bedroom. And he misquotes Lowton, and he says that Lowton said that, you know, he calls women bitches or something. It was totally taken out of context. Lowton was playing a prank on, what's her name? Rebecca. He was like throwing a water balloon or some shit at her, and something like that. And then Lowton was like, you know, now you can't say that I don't get bitches wet. That was his quote. It was like a total joke. Everyone laughed. No, and then Raph is like, oh, why does he have to call women bitches? I don't like that. Oh, Raph, shut. Are you fucking serious? You voted for fucking Donald Trump, who is the #1 troll, who fucking goes around talking about he's gonna grab women by the pussies, but you have a problem with Lowton jokingly saying that something getting bitches wet. Oh my god. Give me a fucking break. So then everybody is sitting in the living room on the couch. Almost everyone, just about everyone is in the living room on the couch. And Hannah goes to Lowton. She's asking the boys, Tom, Lowton, and Kieran, she asked them, you know, if a girl if a girl asked you on a date, who would pay or some shit. It was some sexist gender role straight people question that I'm not here for. Basically, she wanted to see who, you know, how much of a man they were or something. I don't know. I hate those kind of fucking questions because they don't pertain to me. So that was that. That was Saturday or Friday and Saturday. But I want to talk about some other things really quick. Really, really quick. For years, I watched this show and I never knew if they had a clock in the house. I never knew if they knew what time it was. But apparently they do because Raph, when they were all outside, Raph tells Lotan while he's inside, because he's about to go inside, he tells him while he's inside if he can check the time. So there is a clock somewhere, I don't know where. It's probably like on the oven or something. And the other thing I want to talk about is in my phone. I forgot what it was, but I wrote it down in my phone. The Raph thing. I don't want to keep talking about Raph. I really don't. But I'm so sick of everyone. Like I said, I watch these videos on YouTube and I go down in the comments and I read all the comments. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But everyone, every time someone says something about Raph, like how they don't like Raph or something, everyone is always like, well, he didn't actually vote for Donald Trump. Every time someone says that, brings up how Raph voted for Trump in his VT, everyone's like, he didn't actually vote for Trump. No, he didn't. He didn't actually vote for Trump. He only said that to come in the house because he knew producers would be watching and blah, 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 blah. And I just have a couple of points to make. One, if he said he voted for Trump, then he probably voted for Trump. Why can't you guys who like him, who like Raph, just accept that, you know what, he probably did vote for Trump? You guys can't accept that because that would mean that you would have to change your whole opinion about how you feel about Raph. So it's just easier to say, oh, you know what, no, he lied in his VT. How convenient. How convenient of you to say that. Did everyone else lie in their VT? No, because it's not convenient for you to think that they lied in their VT. It's only convenient for you to think that Raph lied in his VT so that you don't have to change your opinion about Raph. If Kayleigh has said that she voted for... She's not even American, but you know what I mean. If anyone else had said that they had, were a Trump supporter, if Kayleigh had come on and said that she was a Trump supporter, you guys would be ripping her an asshole, or ripping her a new asshole. Nobody would be coming to her defense and saying that, no, she didn't actually vote for Trump. She's only saying that because of her VT. Or if Kieran had said, you know what, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. Obviously, I can't vote for Trump because I'm British, but I'm a Trump supporter. We would be ripping him a new asshole. But for some reason, when Raph literally says, I voted for Trump, people are like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's only saying that because producers were going to get him into the house. Or maybe he actually fucking voted for Trump. You know? Nobody will ever know because, you know, it's illegal to look at someone else's ballot. So only he knows who he voted for. I don't care if his mom tweeted out, no, he didn't vote for Trump. I don't care that his mom tweeted that out. Bitch, were you there looking at his... I don't mean to call his mom a bitch, but were you there looking at his ballot when he was filling it in? Then no, you don't know. Nobody knows who anyone voted for except that person. It's illegal to look at someone else's ballot. You can't do it because it's private. It's closed off. You can't look at anyone else's ballot when they're filling it in. So you don't know who anyone else voted for. And if he says he voted for Trump, then goddamn it, he voted for Trump. That's enough evidence for me. And I'm so sick of everyone just making excuses for him and saying, he didn't vote for Trump. No, he didn't. He's only saying that because producers were going to get him into the house and it's controversial and blah, blah, blah. No. He probably voted for Trump. And if he didn't vote for Trump, then he's a fucking liar. And that's even worse. And not to mention, not to bring up the past, but dude has cheated on everyone he's been in a fucking relationship with. Come on, y'all still trying to hold him down like he's this great, amazing person? No. Don't we want people to start you know, somewhere in somewhere else? Don't we like want an arc, if you will, like a change in one of the housemates? If Raph wins, he will literally have gone in the same person with no not being affected by anything other than just being a super fan of the show. I'm sorry, that's not enough for me. That's not enough for a winner for me. And I know I'm supposed to be on his side because he's gay and I'm gay and he's American and I'm American, but not if you voted for Trump, honey. No, I cannot. I can't get behind that. And if you lied about voting for Trump, that's almost worse. That's like, why would you lie about that? At what point do you wanted to be on the show that bad that you would lie about voting for fucking Trump? I don't know. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was, oh, new housemates. Apparently there's going to be new housemates. Emma teased it on bots on like Friday because it was eviction, so she was on bots. And she teased it to Rylan that did she say 3 new housemates? I think she said 3. And here's what I think they're going to do. Here's what I think they're going to do, and here's what I want them to do. I think they're going to put in, okay, so we still have Tom, Kieran, and Lowton. Still there. 3 of the fuckboys are still there. And I'm sure the producers aren't happy that a showmance isn't happening with one of the girls. So they're probably going to put in another girl for one of the guys, or 2, or multiple, or all of the guys to, you know, to be with, or to flirt with, or to have something with, to have a showmance with, because there is no showmance as of right now. So they're probably going to put in a girl for one of the guys to have a showmance with. And I really hope, I really want them to put in also a flaming, faggoty, Johnny Weir, rainbow wearing, out in your face, proud gay guy in the house. And I think that will fuck Raph up if that happens. I think that'll throw his whole game off. I think that'll split his fan base. And I think that'll... Because Raph hasn't said it yet, but Raph comes across as one of the gay guys who is like, I only like gay guys like me, like bros who are like into video games and like, you know, I don't care about fashion and makeup and all that stuff. I'm not one of those gays. I'm a bro gay. He comes up across to me as one of those kind of guys. And I hope they put in like just some fucking flaming goddamn sissy twirling gay guy in that house. And I really think that will fuck Raph up. And the last thing I want to talk about is I went to the movies this weekend and I saw Wonder Woman. And guess who was in Wonder Woman? James C. from Celebrity Big Brother, whatever year that was. And I was like, oh my god. And I know he's been in Game of Thrones. I know he had a lead role in Game of Thrones, which I do watch. Well, when does that come back on? Whenever that comes back on, I will be watching it again. And I know he had a role in that, but I think he got killed off. I think Jon Snow's character had him killed because he was a piece of shit. So I know he is famous and he works all the time and he was in that other movie, but I was just like, it's nice to see someone doing big things after Celebrity Big Brother. Not before Celebrity, but like after they get out the house. I was like, oh my god, that's James C. And he had a big role in the movie. He wasn't the lead, but he had like a pretty significant role. I can't remember what he was, but I was like, oh my god, that's cool. So I know this video is probably like 50 fucking minutes long or some shit, but thank you for watching if you watched the whole thing, and yeah, until next time.